Here we are, guys, at Grand Oak Raceway in New Hampshire, USA, for some more touring car action on Forza Motorsport 7. As you can see, guys, qualified on pole. I managed to get into the 56s, which is very, very rare for anybody. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't actually think I've ever seen anybody go into the 56s. Maybe in time trials or rivals, whatever you want to call it, but not in multiplayer races. We qualifying with limited laps. I think really if you get anywhere in the 57-second range, you're a pretty quick racer. And here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. So that's like, oh, 6 of us, sorry, 6 of us. That's pretty good going. So yeah, let's get on with the race. I know Forza's not perfect, Forza Motorsport's not perfect, the multiplayer part of it, but it can be great at times. I just wish we had persistent lobbies. So down into the first corner, which is one of the most important things on a Forza game. You've got to get around this corner right. Thankfully, there's a lot of track here. So yeah, Grand Oak Raceway, one of my favourite tracks now. I'm pretty quick round here, and as I say that, I messed that up slightly. Got a lot of quick people here. Myself, Grim Reaper, and 578. I'm not really sure what he's called himself that for. If anybody knows in the comment section, please let us know. It always seems like the first lap. I don't know how realistic this game's meant to be, but the first lap I just have a lot of trouble with grip. Maybe cold tyres. Maybe I'm just a bit nervous, especially when I'm on pole. So we're starting to pull away. 0.6 in front of Grim Reaper. Very short, fast-flowing circuit, this one. Very, very enjoyable. There's certain different lines you can go around here. I tend to favour brake a bit early, accelerate just before the apex as you go up the hill into turn number 2. I prefer going low side here. Everybody else follows the racing line, what the computer wants you to do. I don't do that. Hit the apex about right. Want to be straight on the brakes here. Want to slow down as quick as possible and then get on the gas. Accelerate all the way up. This is probably the most difficult corner for me to get right on the entire circuit, but again, nice big ripple area there for you to get onto, and we've got that wrong. Grim Reaper's actually coming back at us now. 0.5, half a second, 0.4 now. 0.3, I'm like, this guy's probably going to have a go at me into corner 1. I'm here thinking I'm going to brake a bit later than usual. 0.2 now. We do brake a bit later. Don't get it ideally right. He's right behind me. And he's just clean on took me out. It's the problem with Forza, guys. You know, even at my elo, I'm incredibly high elo. My driver rating's 4,700 as of doing this commentary. An S safety rating. And why has that guy not even got a penalty? That's the problem with this game. It wasn't like I veered off the racing line. That guy should have a 2-second penalty for doing that. Forza is horrible with the penalty system. Sometimes it's brutal as hell, and then other times that guy gets away with a straight-up ram, turned into me, and here I am in 3rd place. And the problem is, we're at the elo we're at now. Nobody makes mistakes. Nobody makes mistakes, apart from that guy who I'm just flying past because I don't know why he's using a Honda Civic. He must be really, really good, actually, to even qualify in 3rd with that thing. If he were in a Golf, he'd probably be winning this race, in my opinion. So here we are, lap 4 of 8, halfway through the race. I've actually been doing a lot of races recently, and as I brake a bit too early, I like to go into that corner early. Hence why it hit me. Just different racing styles. But we don't need to seem to pit stop anymore. Before the update 1.0, I think it was, the update they did a few days ago, you know, we were needing to come into the pits. There were people on hard tyre strategy where they wouldn't pit. There were people on softs. There was variety, and now everybody's just on medium pretty much all the time, and you don't have to pit. I think Forza got it wrong there. I enjoyed the pit stops. I think we could also benefit from having some longer races, like 8 laps, 10 minutes. I spend more actually on the practice session and the qualifying than we do on the main race. It'd be actually nice if we could have a 20-lap race where everybody has to make 1, 2, or even 3 pit stops. Put some more strategy into the game instead of just straight up racing. But again, that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments section. Maybe you disagree with what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm proper trying my hardest now to catch this guy up because, to be fair, guys, what I was actually thinking at this point, if I get close enough to him on turn 1, I'm just going to straight up ram into him deliberately. But I did actually think better of that. That's the problem. Somebody rams you, you lose a second, 2 seconds. You're not making that up unless the people around you make a mistake. You can quite see, or quite clearly see here that myself, Grim, Reaper, and 578 are way quicker than the rest of the field. I think we did actually start off with 24 players in this lobby. So yeah, we want to get as much of the curb as we can there. Nice and early on the brakes. And then accelerate throughout the rest of the corner. The tyres actually are becoming a bit of an issue now. Especially this corner here. Got to kind of manage the tyre wear. Again, I don't know how advanced the tyre wear mechanic is in this game. Obviously a front wheel drive car, the Golf, got more tyre wear at the front. It's where the power's going through, wears the tyres out quicker. So we are actually a bit closer than what we have been to him here. 0.6 of a second. As you can see there, I like to take a bit of a tighter line into this corner. Making as much use of the ripple strips as we can. Both on the entry and the exit. Tyres are going at this stage. We actually managed to take that corner pretty well. Pretty close here. He just seems to have more power in the lower gears. Second and third gear, I think this guy's just got a way quicker car than me. But then vice versa, fourth and fifth, I think we catch him up a bit. So lap 7 out of 8. We've already done a sub 57 lap, which is, you know, pretty good. 56.9. That is the fastest lap of the race. But unfortunately, we can't really get past this guy. Especially now the tyre wear is absolutely abysmal. We are struggling here. Get a bit. Thankfully, the ripple strips managed to save us there. I don't even remember how I got the 0.2 second penalty. Bit too late there on the brakes. Again, we've got absolutely no grip at this point. I genuinely think that they need to sort out how the races are with touring cars. They're all the same length. You know, throw in an endurance type touring car. 30 laps. Do as a 30 lapper. Be nice just to mix it up instead of every race being the exact same amount of time. So if you are new here, please, you know, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. If this video gets 100 likes, we'll do another Forza video. Unfortunately, guys, we come 8th out of 8th. Not the best result when we qualified on pole, but again, we had some shameful ramming from Grim Reaper. And obviously, I go and send him a message, tell him how displeased I am. On to race number 2. Here we are at Watkins Glen. We did a 1:14.5, guys, which is probably the quickest I've ever been around this circuit. It's definitely my favourite circuit on the game. It's the one I perform best at. And a 1:40, anything under a 1:15 on this circuit is absolutely amazing. Again, we're currently running around 4,700 ELO. I don't know what's happening with the loading screens at the moment. It's taking a lot longer than what it used to. While I really enjoy this game, there's quite a few, you know, issues with it, isn't there, really? And to say this game's been in development for a long time, it's absolutely insane. So here we are in the Golf GTI. Pole position. And here we go. Got a bit of a bad start there. We bogged down quite a bit, but the The Golf itself, the Golf GTI, is actually really, really rapid off the line, so as long as we don't get somebody smashing our back doors in, we should be okay. Run a bit wide there, not ideal. Up into turn number 2. Into 3, then into 4, and then we're down into the chicane, which is probably the most technically difficult series of corners on this circuit. It's not very technical track. It's a track where you just got to be really, really smooth. So we like to brake incredibly late into there, especially on the first lap. We run wide here. Kind of disappointing to mess it up there, but we've only got, you know, a 1/10 of a second. We can take that. 1/10 of a second, not going to be an issue. So we're 1.2 seconds in front of second place QC said speed, which I'm sure QC stands for some kind of a racing organisation the guys in. Like I've said, we're in quite high elo here. Run wide again, which is disappointing. And when this happened, guys, I'm like 0.6 of a second for that. I'm like, that is pretty harsh. The stewards on this game can be brutal at times, and then other times they can just be like they've looked the complete different way from where the actual action's been going off. Somebody's decided to just go to sleep, you know, at the bottom of turn 1. Don't know what's happened there. He is an AFK as well, because if you AFK in this game, the car actually drives itself around the circuit at a very low speed. So yeah, 1.2 seconds clear now. We are pulling away at this stage of the race. 3rd and 4th are pretty much out of the race already. 0.7 of a second penalty, which is absolutely terrible. So trying to get these absolutely nailed. Quite don't nail it there. But again, we want to be safe. We've already got 0.7 of a second of a penalty, which when we're in the Golf is extremely heavy on its tyres compared to the RS3. So I'm expecting him to come back at me towards the later stages of this race. I'm sure we're both on the medium compound. No pit stops required now, which is a shame. You know, the tyre wear, they must have done something to the tyre wear. I would actually like a couple of longer races, to be honest. So yeah, the guys kind of 1.2 seconds. We are currently going to win the race. 1:15.9 on medium tyres. With, you know, a full race length of fuel on isn't terrible, so we run wide there. Probably cost us a 1/10 or 2. But then, guys, the stewards have given me a 1 second penalty for going off. I've literally not gained any time going off the racing line, so maybe 2 or 3 attempts would be fair, but a full second penalty. Obviously, the stewards work for Audi, and obviously don't like Volkswagen. Otherwise, yeah, clear steward bias, guys. So now we're currently in second place if you take into consideration the penalties. Not a happy boy, guys. The stewards have done me yet again on Forza Motorsport. Somebody needs to pay at Microsoft. So 1.6 seconds up, 1.7 second penalty. We're pretty much, you know this track now to the point where we don't really make any mistakes. Hitting the apex every single time. And you can see quite clearly, myself and QC said speed are clearly the 2 quickest cars in this race. We've managed a 1:15.4 on lap number 3 going into lap 4. And a 1:15.4 on medium tyres, which have got slight wear. And with the fuel load we've got, is a really good time. So up the hill, 1.8 seconds in front now. Like I said, most of this course is autopilot until you get to these 3 quick corners here. And because of the penalties, I don't really want to go flat out. I daren't risk another penalty. I'd rather go around these maybe 2-3 tenths of a second slower and just make sure I absolutely nail it, which I nailed it there, but again, we could go faster. A bit wider here. Bit wide here, which has probably cost us another 2 tenths. So down, could we call this the back straight? I don't know if we can, but that's what I'm calling it. Currently 1.92 seconds in front now. It's looking good at this stage. But again, we do know towards the end of lap 5 onto lap 6, we are going to be struggling with grip. The RS3 is a lot better on its tyres. Again, My car is better from a standing still start. It's give and take. The best two cars in touring cars, if you don't already know, ladies and gentlemen, are the Golf and the RS3 by a mile. The Golf GTI and the RS3. 1.8 in front with 1.7 seconds of penalties, so we're looking good, but I know he's going to come back. I can actually tell with a car that it's not quite as grippy as it was at the beginning. But again, you know, all the tyres are showing white. So we've probably still got a bit more life in these tyres, but they do drop off very, very quickly on Forza. We absolutely nailed that. That is pretty much perfect for this amount of tyre wear. I can't really think that we can do anything more than what we're doing now. So we're still 1.8 in front. We're perfect. We've literally done this lap up to now perfect, and we're not even pulling away from QC said speed. Again, if you don't know, I play the game on automatic. This guy's probably got a £3,000 sim racer set up. He's got a wheel. He's probably got all the pedals. He's probably manual with clutch, which manual with clutch is possible when you've got a setup like you have in a real car. But trying to do manual with clutch on controller isn't really going to work. So we're into the last lap, a 1:15.3, which is again a respectable lap time. 2 seconds off my best, which is a 15.1. So on the first corner, I did actually feel under braking that it's taking a bit longer now to slow the car down. The tyres are wearing, you can see the front left now is into amber. 1.6, 1.7, so it's still in the mix right now. Back down the longest straight in the game. We're nearly hitting top speed here. We brake a bit later than usual. The car is getting a bit skiddy now. We've lost a lot of time through there, maybe 2 or 3 tenths. 4 tenths, actually. Again, I'm having to go slow around here. The car is wanting to skid out. Look, we've just got no grip at all now, guys. The tyres have gone. QC said speed is eating into my lead. It's 0.8 behind us now. There's pretty much nothing we can do unless QC said speed makes a huge mistake into the final few corners. And unfortunately for us, the car's getting even slower. Look, I'm not on the racing line. We could go around there so much quicker earlier. But we finished the... we crossed the line in first, guys. But unfortunately, you know, GG to QC said speed. He absolutely nailed it. He got a 14.5 in race conditions, which is absolutely phenomenal. I did a respectable 1:15.1. Feederman did a 15.3, and then other than that, really, there's nobody anywhere near us. So, yeah, 2-horse race, that circuit. So, let's continue to race number 3, guys. We will win a race at some point, I'm sure, on this video. So, here we are, guys, just coming out of the pits. We've had an amazing practice session, and sometimes when I'm playing this game, I have more fun with all the back and forth while you're practicing in, you know, the practice sessions and qualifying. This was a great practice session. As you can see, I'm currently top 109.0. Calais in second, we are 109.3, 109.6, and a 110. I think anybody who can get into the late 108s, low 109s is worthy of being called a good driver. This isn't the most technically demanding circuit here at Road America. All you have to really nail is, what, 4 corners to get a good lap time, to get your braking point perfect here. As you can see, this isn't my best circuit. It really isn't. I don't know how I managed a 109, and I think ultimately if I nail this I can probably get a low 108. But we have a lot of back and forth in this qualifying section. Again, this is our outlap from coming out the pits, so let's see how we can get on here. So we've already got a 109. Calais does a 108.9. Fingers crossed we can actually beat that. So going into turn 1, we absolutely nailed that. We could have probably got maybe 1 or 2 attempts around that. A bit timid. Turn number 2, which is my most awkward one on this circuit. Again, we're not going full 100% flat out around that, but again, it's not bad with 2 tenths up on our 109, so we're currently on to get first place. So we're not running a particularly low aero setup here. I prefer to be a bit grippier, so we're not going to do our deal on here, and I'm not trying enough to change it for every circuit. So need to get the braking point right. Turning, ideally you want to get 2 wheels on the dirt there as you're coming through. So again, we've got time to be made up in that corner. So turn 5 into turn 6 onto the final straight. I don't know what that's doing on the track, but unfortunately, guys, we're not going to make any improvement, which kind of surprised me. I thought I was on a good lap there. I thought I was on a 108.5, but unfortunately 2 tenths down. I don't know if that litter on the road, which I don't even know how it's got there on the track. So again, another lap. Kind of skidding there, kind of slows you down. Yeah, it looks cool, it sounds cool, but ultimately it's not the quickest way to go around a corner. Into turn 2. Again, we had to correct our steering there, so not great. But for somehow, guys, even though that's absolutely terrible, we're half a second up on a 109. So we're on course here for a 108.5. And KC Ben just goes through and puts in a 108.6. Starting to get seriously quick here now. So down into the most difficult to get right. And there we go. We've actually got that bang on this time. I'm expecting this to be a quick one, guys. Maybe a low 108 here, possibly. Oh, we're 3 tenths up, so we've actually lost a bit on that final section. I don't think you get toes in qualifying, but I'm actually thinking I'm getting a toe here because the cars don't go invisible, and we've gone provisionally top of the practice session with a 108.6. Absolutely phenomenal lap time there. Going into turn 1, we actually hit the apex bang on. I think that was perfect, guys. I think I did that corner perfectly. So into turn number 2. Can we do this one perfectly? Oh, no, we didn't. Got a bit too excited. So we still around about 1/10 of a second up on our last lap, which is pretty good going. Say it's a 108.6. I think we're hitting my skill ceiling here. Maybe if I decided to do a manual with clutch, I'll get a £4,000 sim racing setup, I might actually be able to go a bit quicker. Bit too slow around there. I'm not overly keen on that one. But again, everybody gets upset when I start talking about these £4,000 sim racing setups. I'm just having a bit of a laugh and a joke. Don't mean it. I'm just doing the jokies, guys, you know. Why has everybody got to be so serious on the internet these days? So 108.6, we've probably got a bit of a toe again. And what do we do? A 108.4. At this point, I'm like, wow, this is really good. Tyres haven't really got much left. And yeah, this comes to an abrupt halt because somebody gets in my way. So anyway, we end up being the top of the practice session. And yeah, let's go to qualifying. I'm pretty confident we could end up on pole here. I still feel with the lobbies I'm in that somebody should be doing a low 108, maybe a 107.8 and 9, something like that. So here we go. Callie has just gone round in a 108.9. Let's take provisional pole position. Can we nail it? So first corner, maybe brake a tad too early, hit the apex perfectly. Good exit, but again, we were too slow going into the corner for my liking. Down into turn 2. My worst corner on the, well, on this circuit, maybe in the game. I struggle. I don't know why I struggle, but I do. Again, we're not running a particularly low aero setup, so probably going to struggle in the game. Sorry, in the race. Probably not going to have enough power to overtake people, but we're planning on being on pole. And KC Ben, 2002, with a 108.1. I actually saw that while I was doing the lap live and kind of put me off, guys. It kind of put me off on this lap, so I wasn't expecting this lap to be anywhere near a 108.9. At least we can get a clean lap on the board. Typically what I tend to do, first quali lap, I try to set a banker, and then laps 2 and 3, I really, really go all out for it. So we did a 108.9. By no means a bad lap, but that's probably going to get us top 4 or 5. So we want to go on, try a bit harder. Again, the back end of the car going out, don't really want to do that. It's not the quickest way to go around the circuits. My worst corner on the game, and again, yeah, turn 2. We don't like turn 2, guys. Turn 2 is our nemesis, so a bit annoyed with ourselves there. We decided to hit one of the hoardings onto the track, trying to deliberately slow other people down. Getting off the racing line, even though I don't know why I do that, because on qualifying the game, because of the the legacy Forza players, the dirty rammers, as everybody says, turn 1 Forza instead of turn 10 studios. People have kind of got used to the turn 1 shenanigans on this game. So anyway, we're going to start our 3rd qualifying lap. We're currently in 4th, so it's not by no means, you know, a disaster at this stage. And Calais goes and does a 108.0, and I'm like, okay, we're not going to be pole, we're not going to be 2nd. Let's try to get 3rd. So again, pressure's on. We're currently in 4th anyway. Looks at this moment in time that the top 4 players got a pretty long gap to it. Exclusive 1, 3, 3, 4. Turn 1 we nailed. We pretty much do that. This is our nemesis. Turn number 2. We get round it okay, I suppose, but again, we're going to struggle to get low 108s until we can nail turn 2. So down the longest straight on the track. The track is pretty much 2 straights and 2 short corners. It's not a really technical circuit. Kind of puts me off that when the cars flash in front of me. Need to get the braking point bang on. Want to get 2 wheels. No, we're a bit too wide through there. Not terrible by all means, but it's not great. It's not going to get us into the top 3, I should imagine. So here we go, up the hill. We don't really get a tow in qualifying. Cars go invisible. You don't get anything. We're in the presence of another YouTuber, Jazz CZ YouTube. And what do, guys? We go in to 3rd position, and that's qualifying over for us, and that's where we're going to end up. I'm not going to lie, but this is probably the best race I've had from an entertainment point of view. It might not end up being the best result, guys. But wow, this was a race and a half. So here we go, guys. Ben is, for some reason, who can do a 118.0, just didn't start that well, which surprised me. So here we go. We're already up 1 position into 2nd. Trying to go around this corner like we've got warm tyres. Rookie error there, so we're back into 3rd. And we might actually be going into 4th here. Labour Chef trying to have a stab down the inside into turn 3. So back down the hill. Long straight. This is where I'm going to struggle. You can already see 1st and 2nd starting to pull away. 3rd seems to not be able to do anything. So we might actually be alright here, guys, but I do really think we're going to struggle here with the first 2. Okay, it seems like we're a lot quicker around that corner. Again, I think they're running in a low aero setup. I did actually think about diving down the inside, but I thought better of it. So yeah, it's definitely Calais and KC Ben are definitely running low aero setup compared to me. Looks like we've got a lot better under braking. So we go one way, we go the other way. He's still following us. He's stalking us like a predator. So we're getting into lap 2 of 7. Don't really want to hear the tyres squeaking like that because it's going to be an issue towards the end of the race. Tyre wear is an issue for me compared to other players on this game. A lot of the racers who I'm racing with, you know, my skill bracket, tend to be a lot nicer on the tyres as we just go off into the mud. For one moment we thought it was Colin McRae, but then we realised we're not. We're Mr. Simon B1471. So yeah, we're losing a lot of time here to 1st and 2nd, but I should imagine under heavy braking here, we can turn in and look at that, guys. You know, we're just so much quicker on that part of the section, on that part of the track, but we go a bit wide there. The guy behind me is actually really quick as well around that section, so we've got a bit of a mismatch here. Position 1 and 2 are really quick on the straights, and then 3 and 4 we're really actually quick round heavy braking, cornering. Looks like Exclusives has now got into 4th. So there's a position change behind me. We look pretty comfortable in 3rd. Bit too late on the brakes. We miss our turning in point. Probably because I'm concentrating more on what's going on about me, around me on the circuit, instead of trying to actually focus on racing. That's why I say I use automatic instead of manual. Well, I will actually use manual at some point, just when I become bored of knowing every single circuit's layout. So yeah, back onto the long straight again. It actually looks like we've managed to be a bit closer this time. I was thinking that maybe we could go bonsai and do a Forza maneuver into this corner here, but we're quite not close enough. Again, we could have tried to be a bit more aggressive there, but... Oh! And Callie has a moment. I don't actually know what happened there. I don't think there was contact with Ben. I don't think Ben and Callie come together then. That was a weird one. That was very, very strange. Be interesting to watch that back after the race to see what's actually gone off. So here we are down into turn 1. We're in second place now. I am worried about the straight because we know Callie... Well, Callie's into 4th now. Exclusive 1, 3, 3, 4 is into 3rd. Do worry about this straight though coming up. Can we get this turn right? Of course we can't. Turn 2, Road America. I hate you. And now we're under pressure from exclusive 1, 3, 3, 4. Note to self, next time, change the aero. See how we get on. So we're managing to hold our own. Calais is not going away. Can we hit the braking zone perfectly to give us a chance? No, we can't. Maybe... Oh, well, we definitely overcooked it, guys. We're Colin McCraney yet again. Now we get 2 people going straight past us. And yeah, unfortunately, now we're into 4th. And Labour Chef is trying to make a move for it as well. And he just hasn't got the raw horsepower down the straight to actually get past me.
3 laps.
So yeah, we managed to stick onto 4th with 3 laps remaining. Maybe a bit late on the brakes there. Again, we're going to get a little love tap from Labour Chef. And us 5, by the way, are quite a distance away from 6. So there's 24 people in this lobby. The top 5 in this lobby are just way quicker than the rest. No real amazing lap time set here. We've done a 109.6. Not really that great. We are on mediums. Remember, on qualifying, we are on the soft compound tyre. So that's going to probably give you half a second. So 109.6 isn't terrible. I just wonder what we would have been able to do if we had a low aero setup. So heavy braking into the 3rd from last turn. Yeah, we completely botch it, guys. Completely botch it. Now we're in 5th. Labour Chef, can we make a run back at him up the home straight? We do know him much faster than him. Plus, we've got the tow from him. Yeah, that car's definitely not quick enough. Can we get to him before the braking point? Yeah, pretty easily. I do actually feel for him in that car. I can't remember what the car's name is off the top of my head. Not many people use it. It's probably as bad as the Honda Civic. You're not going to win anything with it. So yeah, 1 lap to go. We are currently in 4th place. KC Ben in front, 3.7 seconds in front of us. It's got a bit of a gap then to 2nd. Then on to 3rd, exclusive. And then myself and Labour Chef, pretty neck and neck. He kind of gets the tow to get enough to get half a car length. And then he just can't get past us. Unlucky son. But I know he's really, really good under braking. Oh, he gives me a bit of a tap there, so I'm going to leave him enough room. Deliberately brake later than usual in there. He actually hits me. Sends me flying. He should have backed off. That was a bit naughty, and I'm absolutely flabbergasted why... Again, the marshals do not like me. Microsoft, Turn 10 Studios just do not like me. I've got no concept of why they did not give Labour Chef at least a 7-second penalty for what he did there. That was very, very normal. So again, I deliberately brake late there because I know what he's going to do. I know he's trying to late brake me into a corner, and I'm like, let's play a game of chicken. So again, he gets the overtake done. Not too happy, but I know I'm much faster than him in a straight line, so I'm going to get on the accelerator a lot quicker than Labour Chef. And again, you can see the raw difference here in straight line speed. Again, he went into the corner late. I went into it early. I'm getting a much faster exit, and boom, there we go. but I am having a lot of trouble with my tyres. That's why the top 3 have kind of gone a bit into the distance now. My tyres are completely ruined. The car just doesn't want to turn there, but thankfully for us, Labour Chef makes a bit of a mistake. Drops to around about half a second behind us, which gives us enough here. We actually have to block him off. We just get no traction out of the last corner. But yeah, thankfully for us, guys, we finish the race in 4th place. Great result considering the quality of this lobby. Road America, the East Route, isn't my favourite track. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't that bored of this track on a normal race weekend. But wow, guys, we had a fantastic qualifying session. Even the practice was fun as well. We kept beating each other. And the race, guys, it was action-packed from start to finish. But thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always here and notified as soon as I upload a video. But, guys, what do you think is the best car in touring cars? Are you like me? Do you think the Golf's the best one, or do you think the RS3 is? Because that's pretty much the best 2 in most people's opinion. But if you think something else is better, let me know in the comment section and let me know the reasons why. Alright, take it easy all, and thank you for stopping right until the end of the video. Love you all. Take it easy. Goodbye. Bye now.